cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
This is America Matters Media Radio, heard worldwide on the web at americamatters.us and on KCKQ 1180 AM, Reno.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Senate Majority Leader from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, says the single most important thing Americans can do to prevent the spread of coronavirus is to wear a mask.
Not complicated, totally available now, and everyone should be doing that if they're not 6 feet away from people, social distancing. And to be on the safe side, it's a good idea to do it even if you are 6 feet away from people.
The music world mourning the death of country music legend Charlie Daniels. The Devil Went Down to Georgia singer passed away in his Nashville home on Monday at the age of 83 years old. And Wall Street is starting the week with big gains led by the tech sector. Shares of Amazon and Netflix hit all-time highs. Your final numbers on Wall Street, the Dow gained 459 points to close the day at 26,287. This is USA Radio News.
This is good news, maybe exactly when you need it to. Right now, MediShare is waiving their new member fees. This could save you money on top of all that you'll save each month by becoming a member of MediShare. So many people are looking for a healthcare solution right now, seeing the cost of COBRA plans, for instance. And MediShare is the affordable alternative to health insurance. The typical family saves $500 a month, but you might save even more. MediShare is a Christian community that shares each other's healthcare costs, and because of the current economic situation, they're making it easier than ever. Apply by July 31st, and you'll save an additional $170 on your first month. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Just tell them the promo code SHARE to receive your additional savings. Maybe now is the time to make the switch, like more than 400,000 people already have, and start saving. Here it is. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
The Supreme Court has unanimously ruled that members of the Electoral College must vote as the laws of their states direct. The so-called faithless electors case pitted electors from Colorado and Washington who did not conform to their state's popular vote in the 2016 presidential election. With another ruling from the Supreme Court, here's USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes.
The U.S. Supreme Court's upholding an almost 30-year-old federal ban on robocalls to cell phones. The decision also expanding the ban to include government debt collection calls. The decision was written by Associate Justice Brett Kavanaugh, many of the justices only agreeing partially, but political consultants and pollsters had wanted the original law declared unconstitutional. The government wanted both the ban and the government debt exemption upheld.
And White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows says a federal mandate requiring Americans to wear face coverings during the coronavirus pandemic isn't necessary. This is USA Radio News.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here are some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled YOUMove.com.
Advertisers that are now boycotting Facebook to protest hate speech have spent years running ads and marketing campaigns on a Russian social media platform that bans gay rights groups and is known as a haven for white supremacists. The boycott coincides with a public pressure campaign led by Joe Biden and other top Democrats to press Facebook to enforce stricter control over President Trump's postings. But now many of these companies, including Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Adidas, and Reebok, have been advertisers on VK, a popular Russian website used by many white supremacists and neo-Nazis who have been banned from Facebook. The Anti-Defamation League says VK has become an international hub for white supremacists who have been kicked off mainstream U.S. social media websites such as Facebook. A woman dies falling into the Grand Canyon while taking photos over the weekend. USA Radio Network's Wendy King has the details.
Officials have recovered the body of a 59-year-old hiker who accidentally fell into the Grand Canyon on Friday. According to a press release from the National Park Service, the visitor had fallen from the west rim of Mather Point. Park rangers found the body of Maria Salgado Lopez of Scottsdale, Arizona, 100 feet below the canyon's rim. According to her family, Salgado Lopez was hiking off the trail taking pictures when she accidentally stepped off the edge.
Thank you, Wendy. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
The following is an America Matters Media production. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the station or its advertisers, although we think they should. But that's the opinion of America Matters Media.
Welcome to What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson. I'm your host. And you'd think we'd been gone for a while, but I think it's the two of you that have been gone for a while.
We're coming back to make up for last week. I heard that Doug and I were the brunt of many a story.
All good ones, no doubt.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Is that what you think?
Well, well, wait a minute. A good story could be something that's a real zinger.
Well, that's true. That's very true. Well, we are so glad to be here today. It's a beautiful day outside, a little bit breezy in Reno, but a nice day nonetheless.
Kind of like a convection of it with the wind.
You think so? Oh, I thought it was nice. I enjoyed it.
It's just so dry for me. I don't like the wind.
Oh, I love the wind. You never know what it'll blow in.
Well, I thought it blew Jan's Batmobile up here.
It did, yes.
I didn't see it.
No, it's not out there. I didn't bring it in today, but yes, we got our new van. It is awesome. It's a Dodge ProMaster 2500 Tradesman. Wide body, and it's got an awesome lift on the back. Yeah, you're surprised I know that, right?
No, I'm just saying. Do you have to put all of that on the title?
It's awesome. It's a wonderful van, blue, beautiful blue,
it's
Patriot blue.
It's got a cool color.
It does, yes. That was John's color. John wanted that color. And
he's happy?
Oh, he's thrilled.
Oh.
He is thrilled.
Yeah, it's worth it, huh?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, isn't that great?
It was a pretty long wait, but Mobility Works in Las Vegas, I have to commend them. They are awesome. They did a wonderful job. The van was transferred from New Jersey to Las Vegas, and then from Las Vegas they had to ship it up here. It was a little bit of a challenge a couple of times, but basically all good.
Had it not gone through Nome, Alaska, it'd been
yeah.
Well, if it would have happened,
some travels.
If it all would have happened immediately, you wouldn't have had that anticipation.
I know,
so
and only 38 miles on it when it got here. So
Yeah.
who can ask for more, right?
38 miles and it took 6 gallons?
No, actually, it gets pretty good mileage, too. So we're very excited, looking forward to outfitting it in our own way, being able to do a little bit of traveling here and there, hopefully, and, we'll see what happens. So I see that GD Fenderson is on Facebook right now. Thanks for joining us, GD. He has written some good stuff in What's the Story publication, which is online right now. And if you get my emails, there's a link in there. If you don't, you can go to thebookgallerynv.com and you can download. Just click on the What's the Story link, and you can download one of those What's the Stories right there. Or you can email us, do the contact us form. I'll send it to you. We'll get it to you one way or the other. But good articles in there, all about freedom this month, which is appropriate.
Totally. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I know that April is going to be joining us. I've got Doug Ashby here, and we've got Ed Knoll over here on my right. We're looking down on Doug, right?
Well, we just throw stuff down there, right?
Even though in the studio, if you saw us, we're across from each other. But, it looks better when we can say we're looking down on you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you were reading my mind because I saw the three of us here with no April. I thought.
Where's
and
April?
as soon as I
She's
thought
coming
that,
on. She's
you
coming
answered
on.
that. Oh,
yeah,
good.
no, she's coming on.
Hi.
Hey, there she is. Welcome, April.
Well, hurry back. Would you get in here?
I know. What is going on with me?
She's moved to a phone booth.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's one of those square, about 3 by 4 by about 8 feet long.
Yeah.
If you
Where you
don't
put
know
on-
what it is.
yeah, where you put on
no,
your-
if you don't know what a phone booth is.
No,
That's true. If we have any younger listeners,
That's right.
they have no
Well, of
clue.
course we do.
Superman, right?
Yeah.
They
Yep.
know Superman in the phone booth.
Well,
wouldn't
that's
they?
right. That's where you
Maybe.
change into your
Maybe. Well,
Maybe.
their parents watch Superman.
change into your
We'll have
cape.
to update Superman now.
I know.
A new movie where he
I
doesn't
know.
run into a
Phone booth.
the phone booth.
You say phone booth, just say pay phone.
Yeah.
Kids today are buffaloed by that.
Yeah. Can't blame them.
They used to be, but as they get older, they're watching old movies just for fun,
And see
they see it.
See a pay phone.
And I also want to make sure that I wish Basil, whom I co-host with on A Pinch of Basil right here on KCKQ 1180 AM and America Matters Media. It is his birthday today, so we want to wish
Happy
Basil a
birthday.
happy birthday. You guys want to sing?
Yeah.
I'm not singing, but you can sing. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I got that in there. And I reminded you about the freedom issue. And then I also posted today for the last 18 days from June 17th to July 4th, I took the 1776 challenge and I did 100 reps each day until July 4th. We did 76. And oh my Lord, 100 reps of burpees and a leg, whatever, lunges, and it was tough. It was
Nice.
tough.
So what's
Good for you,
next?
Jan.
Are you elevating that?
I am. I'm actually doing the next. These are virtual. A lot of them are virtual. They do have a Reno group, but it's the Team RWB, red, white, and blue, and so yeah, I'm going to do the bicycle challenge, which is the virtual bike. So you can either ride outside, or you can. April, you guys might like this. You can either ride outside or in the on your stationary bike, 70 miles in a week, 10 miles a day.
That
There
would
you
be
go.
good. Yeah.
So
I
that's
like
what I'm
that.
doing. That's what I'm doing. Starting today. It starts today. You can log on to Team RWB.
Now,
And there's a link on my Facebook page for Janice Hermson, and you can do that. It's fun. It was fun.
what
It was fun
prompted
trying
you to
it.
do? What prompted you to do this?
I happened on it, and I saw it, and I said, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I can do it. I didn't know if I could. And I kind of did it for John. If he could have, I know he would have. So I thought, you know what? I can do this. I can do this.
Nice.
And so I
You
did.
had
See, there
inspiration.
I
and
did.
Ed is rubbing off on you. What an attitude.
Yeah, I can
can.
do this.
That's
I
right.
So I did.
Nice.
100 reps. Some of them modified, trust me.
Well, I
This
was going to
not
say,
the
I
real
start.
thing.
So my Warrior 2 lacks a little work.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So I've been doing a little yoga.
All right. All right. So we will be right back. You're listening to What's the Story? And we'll have our guest coming up.
Businesses, writers, check this out. Go to lrpnv.com to get your printing, publishing, and professional services today. Need a virtual office? A place to receive and forward your mail with professional address and suite number for your business? Someone to answer your telephones? Want to rent a conference room for only $15 an hour? What about that book you've been wanting to have printed? LRP Printing and Business Center can do it for you, and they have a professional assistant on site daily, Monday through Friday. Just call 775-356-1004. Need copies, business cards, invoices, books, booklets, or graphic design to help brand you or your business? Just call 775-356-1004 or go to lrpnv.com. With a great selection of new and used books, you can get your printing done and a book to entertain you in your time off. And don't forget, you could have your business sponsoring the Book Hound radio show, just like Andrew Martoni, author of Little Man in the Map, does every week. Just go to lrpnv.com. That's lrpnv.com or call 775-356-1004. They'll provide solutions for your business and writing projects.
Matthew.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just need you to listen to me.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for never giving up and always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for letting me know what you expect, so I can try to meet your expectations.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Social Security is with you through life's journey from birth to retirement. As your life changes year to year, so do your needs. For over 80 years, Social Security has helped to meet your needs and is committed to improving access to the services that make a difference in your life. Today, you can verify your earnings, estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, manage your benefits, and even change your address, all from the comfort of your home. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ,
A Lotus broadcast station.
the power of radio since 1967.
Wake up, the sun below. Got another road to sow. Let the fire feel the hope swelling up from the depths of my soul.
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. This is What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson here with Doug Ashby and Ed Knoll. And then on Facebook, we have April, though at the moment, you're probably not seeing her. She's hiding. So, but she's with us.
Hi, I'm here. Here's my voice.
She's been working out and dieting. You can hardly see her.
That's right.
That's the problem. Yeah, you better not do that. You better not do that challenge because we don't want you to disappear.
I don't want to disappear either.
Have you read that book about disappearing yet?
No.
No, okay. All right, you'll have to
Okay.
read that. Yeah. I don't know if our guest has arrived yet because of the fact that we are having a couple of little challenges with our Facebook video. So Adam, I don't think he can hear me right now. So I'm okay.
Oh, he's actually giving us a sign.
Giving me the high sign. Wait a minute.
We have communication.
We've got it. Yay.
And April.
Hey.
There we go. There we go. Hello. And I am hopefully talking to Marty. Is that right?
This is Marty, yes.
Hey, Marty from Orange Petal of Reno. Welcome to What's the Story?
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. And I guess you can probably see April. Am I right?
I could see her for a second, and she went away.
Oh,
she's
going on?
the disappearing April.
It is.
Our technology today is so awesome, and yet sometimes it just messes with you, Just does.
Yeah.
It's wonderful and annoying all at the same time.
There you go. I agree with you. And I really love the technology, but, sometimes it can just be annoying. So welcome.
Well, nobody needs to see me. We want to hear from Marty.
That's
in
right.
Orange Petal.
We do. And so we want to know all about Orange Petal. And so, April, I'm going to hand this off to you because you are the one that is familiar with this.
Okay, yeah, Trish and Stefano Moralia are the owners of Orange Petal. They are actually friends of mine that I've known for years, and I was very excited for them when I heard about this business that they started, and I've always wanted to have them on What's the Story to tell us their story. So, Marty, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Orange Petal.
Yeah, of course.
What's the story?
Well, I mean, Steph's story is a lot like the rest of ours. You know, we were young kids. We wanted new bikes, but our parents weren't going to just go out and buy us new bikes. So we had to go out, find jobs, and find ways to buy those new bikes. While the rest of us were slinging newspapers and mowing lawns and whatnot, Steph was a little bit smarter than the rest of us and went straight to the bike shop and asked for a job. So he talked them into hiring him on after school and doing just odd jobs here and there until he could pay off his new 12-speed bike. And, from there, the passion just grew, and here we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. Childhood dream. So what makes Orange Pedal so unique as a bicycle shop?
Well, it's original. It's Reno's original bike cafe, with the Italian old world flair that puts a service first. We also offer an indoor smart training cycling studio that features 6 flat screen TVs, which is great because you get to train or ride on your own bike and test out different online training platforms on the latest smart trainers, all while having a fantastic cup of coffee or latte.
Wow.
Well, I like that. I've had the coffee and it's very good. And your barista there is very, very nice.
So I have a quick question, if you don't mind me interjecting here. So if I want to come in, explain to me what your shop looks like and what am I going to encounter and how can I do what you just said?
So as far as that, I mean, typically you can go online or you can call us up and we can set up an appointment. It's usually just $10 an hour. But we'll bring your bike in. We'll set your bike up on the trainer, whichever one you want to try. But it's kind of a small mom and pop feel. We have a big service center and the espresso bar in the back, and it's real cozy. In the back you'll see all the screens for the cycling platforms, and you just get to pick whatever cycling platform you want to try.
That's very cool. I like it.
Yeah, so check it out.
Yeah, it really makes indoor training a lot less daunting. It makes it a lot more interactive, so you're not just sitting there staring at a screen trying to keep yourself motivated. There's a lot of in-game prompts that kind of keep you motivated, keep you going.
And it's $10 an hour to do that.
Exactly.
That's not bad at all.
No, it makes sense because, with gyms barely reopened now here, and maybe you don't want to go to the gym. This could be a more boutique experience.
Right, and then, you have the gym equipment that you're trying to set up to fit you, where your bike already fits you. We're just adapting it to the trainer. So, you're going to be comfortable.
That's pretty cool. So I could do my 10 miles there, right? How much is that going to cost me?
Well, hopefully it doesn't cost you more than $10.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Hopefully it doesn't cost $100.
It better not. Hey, I'm slow, but I'm not that slow.
Well, right. The average individual walks 3 miles an hour.
I know.
Right?
So biking, I can do pretty quick.
You'll do it, no problem.
Hey, I'm pretty good on a bike. Did you have a question, Doug?
No, April just popped up. It scared me. I thought,
April.
wow, there she is.
I scared you?
Yeah, you did.
So I caught that too.
Yeah, that's good to see you.
So Marty, you're the manager there. Are you the person? Will people see you when they come into the shop?
Yeah, I'm here just about all my life. But yeah, if you don't see Trish or Steph here, you'll typically see me and the rest of the crew.
Okay. And so, if somebody else wanted to start a business like this, what advice do you have?
I mean, the best thing you can do is, write it out. Put it down on paper, even if it's just on a napkin. Having a concise plan with what you want to do is the best way to start.
Yeah, and I think Orange Pedal is quite unique. Can you elaborate a little bit on how unique it is?
Well, I mean, we're definitely different than most bike shops. We kind of call ourselves the Cheers of bike shops. We love our customers. We love drinking coffee and talking bikes with them. We care about the locals, and we want to ensure that our customers have a hometown interaction with folks who are their neighbors. We also want to give our customers something different by offering different brands than you see in other shops. Something that has a unique or rich history in their respective area of cycling, such as like Pinarello and Rocky Mountain. mean, anybody can carry, a big box brand store, but who wants to look like everybody else? We all want to stand out.
That's true. And do you also sell any merchandise like clothing or things that can maintain a bicycle?
Oh yeah, I mean we're spec top to bottom. Clothing, we don't have every single little piece, but if we don't have it, we can most likely get it. So we have an online website where we have a lot more access to a lot more things, where we have an off-site warehouse where we do a lot more of that.
I was actually, oh, go ahead.
No, I noticed that you also do bike repairs. And very nicely, I see that you've got everything listed on the website as far as, the tune-up and the pricing as well, which is kind of cool. You know what you're in for.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask a question if bicycle clothing would ever be made so it won't look uncomfortable when you're not on a bike.
It really depends on which sport you're doing. Even the road cyclists, they may look uncomfortable, but it's actually surprisingly comfortable.
Well, they look right? The costumes look great on the bike. It's when you're not on a bike that they don't look right.
You definitely stand out a little bit more when you're standing in a grocery line store.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I had this question for Trish because she's a part of a married couple business partner, but I'll ask you. So what do you think are the challenges or the benefits working for a married couple?
What you observed, I guess that's really, you're trying to ask him to rat him out a little bit.
That's not really fair.
It feels more family.
There you go.
Ooh, good answer.
He gets a raise. He gets a raise.
Well, Trish did tell me that you were like a son to them, so I do know that you have a very close relationship.
They are my Reno adoptive parents.
Aw, how nice.
Boy, it's great the way he qualified that.
In case his parents are listening.
No, I was just thinking he might have a family in every city.
There you go.
Yeah.
I try to keep family around, right?
Yeah. Nice.
That's great.
Yeah. So how can people find you? Orange Pedal, not you, Marty.
I am hidden under a rock. No, we're everywhere. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Google's usually the easiest way to find us. If they want to come to the store, just Google Orange Pedal and we'll pop right up. But we've got an online store, of course, orangepedalcycling.com. But we're on basically every platform.
That's good. Yeah, I'm connected through I think Instagram. So.
Yeah, we try to stay pretty active on there. Kieran, one of our main baristas, she's very active with that, and you see her a lot. She does a lot of fun stuff on our Instagram.
We got about 20 seconds, April.
Okay, well, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Orange Pedal?
Come on in, have some coffee, and let's talk bikes.
Okay. There you go. And meet Marty, the son.
Meet Marty and the crew.
Oh, and there's some other family members there. The dogs, too, are part of it, right?
The dogs, yeah. Steph and Trish and I all have black labs, and we typically have them there occasionally. But, fur babies are more than welcome. Customers, so-so.
There you go.
Good to know.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And you are listening to What's the Story? We've got to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back.
Hey, all you entrepreneurs out there. Whether you have a small business or work from home, LeRue Press offers a virtual office and business address for all your business needs. Located at 280 Gregg Street, Suite 10, LeRue Press is your personal assistant for friendly all-day service. Need a conference room to meet with clients? You got it. With LeRue Press, you also get phone answering service, mail forwarding, package pickup, and even help branding your business. Call LeRue Press at 849-3814 or go online to lrpnv.com.
I know I need to pay attention to my health, but I just can't seem to find the time. Between rushing to work and taking care of the kids, there's not much time left over for me. So I decided to start small by eating more fruits and vegetables and being more active. And then I got the family to make some changes too. We started by keeping a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter, and I limit the amount of sweet snacks I keep in the house. I've also found some creative ways to add more vegetables to our meals. We're taking more walks, and on the weekends, we head down to the pool at the rec center. It doesn't happen every day, but it does happen. You don't have to change your entire life to be healthier. Just make some simple changes and include your family. You'll see how easy and fun it can be.
You can make a difference. Eat smart, play hard. And when you do, your kids will too. A challenge from USDA.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
I can't believe he found them.
He seems sorry.
We very clearly told him not to look up there.
I'm honestly impressed that he was able to do it.
Right? What, did he balance on that big chair?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll just know what his gifts are this year.
I really thought we had hidden them well.
If they can find their presents, they can find a gun.
911, what is your emergency?
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ.
A Lotus broadcast station.
The power of radio since 1967.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. This is What's the Story? And that was Doug whooping.
He just stepped out of the bouncy house. Right, lost his footing there.
Sorry.
And April is like going all over the screen.
I don't know.
God
I'm
only
like
knows where she's supposed to be.
I think she's trying to hide from the
and then
camera.
I'm looking at you guys, and I'm totally off the
You know, I was talking about people being technology challenged. I'm afraid I'm going to have to put you in that category today.
Yeah, we ought to have a penalty box.
Actually, she was in it. Looked to me like it was already there. Seems to me like she's the first volunteer.
Oh, my goodness.
That a girl, April. Way to
There
go.
you guys are. Yay.
Oh, my goodness. So here we all are, and you guys have been gone, and we had such a great time last week.
Well, right.
Oh, man.
I knew we'd be lucky to be invited back.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, April. I had to tell.
Thank you. We did. It was lovely, and peaceful.
But Paul joined us, and on the break he went out of his way to make me feel comfortable by sharing some politics with me, so that I wouldn't miss you guys.
So no, right? I gotta. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't have even brought it up. Sorry, April.
Yeah, really.
But I couldn't resist because it was so funny.
Well, we did have some. Well, I mean, it just seems everything can be construed as political in a way because, you know, we have businesses, we have lives, and everything is hinged on how we function in a society.
Yep. And it's really hard. No matter what you talk about, it leads to politics, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that was just big kicking us down. Right, Doug?
I'm not saying anything.
Yep. Doug and I have one thing in common.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're old.
Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah, we enjoy making people
we're old
feel...
white guys.
That's right. Yeah.
See, I wasn't even there. See, you got to get me trained again.
Right.
That's
No,
right.
it wasn't there. It
Are
wasn't
we
there.
supposed to apologize now?
I have been for years.
I
don't know
that's
about
right.
you, right? I mean, that's what they
That's
want.
to the women you date. That's
No. Well, there's only like 2 of those in the last 10 years, so
Yeah.
it can't be that.
I want to make sure, because I didn't. I said hello earlier to GD. I want to make sure I say hi to Steve, because Steve's online as well. So, and Lenore. So there you go. If I missed you, sorry. I pay attention best I can. Eddie's there. You know,
I was going to say there's a big shout out to Bob and Martha Sims in Chillicothe, Ohio,
there
who
you
I
go.
saw last week that are regular listeners.
All right.
Oh,
Excellent.
good. We have an audience today.
We do,
That is
yes.
nice.
And I know that Doug, the jerky man, he
Yeah.
listens. So he
Yep.
listens on the radio. So there you go. So thanks for that, everybody. And anybody who does, and we don't know you're out there, thanks for joining us and being a part of What's the Story, because we appreciate you very much.
Send
We
us
do
an
this
email.
yeah, send us an email. Tell
you
us
know,
you're out
most
there.
of you guys have a clue, and we'd like to hear what it is.
Even if we don't.
You're right. It depends on the day or hour with me, but
Sure,
right.
yeah.
Right.
And we can tailor make whatever our comments are right to them.
There
well,
you go.
Right. Like
Tailor make them. No, I'm not going to tailor make. You know me better than that. I'll never tailor my
Well, I was
comments
saying
anyway.
that for
Are you golfing now? Was that like a plug-in advertisement for tailor-made brands?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what
okay.
it was.
Well,
Yeah, see? Boy, I'm just not with it at all.
I was going to say I've been slow to get to frequency, but I'm catching up fast.
I don't know. So, but we did miss you guys, really. In all reality, we did. And
Well, I know that Ed had a good reason to go missing on vacation, right? How was that?
It was really, really awesome. You know, it's always nice to travel with your kids. Saw my grandmother, who's 99, and
Wow.
my mom and aunts, and it gave our family a little regularity, right? That's something we do every year. Usually we do it Father's Day. It got pushed back a week, but we all get together, and it allowed
nice.
me to have some normalcy, or
Yeah.
what I feel like.
whatever that is.
Well, right. In this odd space, that was comfortable. And it was really fun seeing everybody.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I guess, Doug, you were gone for a sadder reason. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that you-
yeah, I really was. A very close friend of mine, matter of fact, a guy I grew up with, met him at his 5th birthday party. So I've known him, and when we were in college, we were roommates for 3 years. Well, his wife just lost her battle to cancer. And so, as it turned out, I was going to go down there, and I thought, you know, they'd have the funeral services, but they didn't. It's been put off till the 18th of this month. But I got to have 4 days with him, and we went
nice.
out to lunch, and we invited another friend, and we
And
just
you were in California. How was that?
Oh, you know what? We had other than the traffic, and other than no, it was really nice. We had perfect weather. We were in just a small group in Orange County, in Huntington Beach, and we sat and we had lunch.
Oh, one of my editors lives in Huntington Beach.
Yeah. I mean, it was just the whole episode was very pleasant. So pleasant that this other friend of mine, Tim, and I got discussing the fact that we don't know how Roger is handling this. He seems to be handling it real well. But with that being said, his wife's journey through cancer was just about 5 years.
That's a
So
long
maybe
time.
he had. I don't think you ever get used to losing a spouse, but maybe he had brought his mind around it where he could wrap around it. But he seemed to be doing real well.
Good.
So
Good.
yeah. So I get to
Yeah.
go down to Orange County again on the 18th.
Not
Did
a
you-
bad thing, Orange
Did
County.
you check with the governor?
I'm sorry?
Did you check with the governor?
There we go, April.
No,
You
he's
can't
going
help
to check
it.
with me.
Gotta beat you boys back in your corners. I feel like a lion tamer. Where's my chair and whip?
So what's our allowable space then?
I'm just teasing you.
No, I want you to go. I want you to define our space. We'll stay in it.
Minimal. Yeah, it's defined as
I
minimal.
just didn't know we had defined space till now, right? Big is
There
labeling
is
us stuff.
defined space for everything. Come on. We all know
maybe
that.
that's what Jan and I discussed last week when you weren't here to defend yourself. Your space.
Only analytics care about the box.
Well, she's in a box, though.
I know.
You know?
Well,
I am. I think I'm off center in this box, but I'm trying.
No,
real
you're
hard.
fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You look good, right where you
All
are.
right, good. Yeah, I too had some bad news last week. Doug, a very old friend of mine passed away, but hers was sudden. And then just this morning, a cousin of mine passed away.
Wow, April, you're just getting hit.
So
It's not good.
So I've been fortunate enough not to have this happen. Are folks grieving, right? I mean, are they able to? Are people, what up? I mean, I haven't attended a funeral. I mean, what are your friend, is he getting satisfaction from friends seeing?
I think so. Well, I like to think so. He's handling it so well that kind of brings a question to mind.
One of the things, having dealt with it a lot, one of the things I think that is hard is that initially everybody's there. It's the after.
Yeah,
that's
the
tough.
silence.
Yeah, that's tough
Yeah.
because there's nobody there, and the only one that you have to deal with is you. And
kind of knowing cancer a little bit, right? You have a time, I mean, right? My son's 2 years from graduation, right? I'm going to feel like your friend when he goes off to school.
Yeah.
Right? It might be the same, right? He's been
could very well
buckling
be.
down for a long
Yeah, it's an
time.
emptiness.
Yeah, it's tough space.
It is.
Yeah, Jan and I talked about that last week a little bit, how we can grieve many different things. And it's a very similar feelings of grief that you go through. It's a loss, just any kind of a loss.
Yeah, I think so. I think you put them in different compartments, but nonetheless,
Well,
they are grieving.
you compartmentalize everything.
Yeah. Well, I like
That's
to
how
think so. It's kind of funny. I have a real close friend. She's a family counselor, and we were talking about this, and I told her what I do is basically not think about it. And she says, "Oh, you're in avoidance."
Well, you're totally in deny. It's number one guy
exactly.
thing. Deny,
She said-
deny.
That's she said, and I said, "Why bring me out of that? I'm happy there."
I know. I came out the week before, right? I got over the deny and into frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
But
to
it's
say
normal.
to that.
It's normal to go through those feelings, and it's okay because that's part of the healing process.
Well,
our
It's not comfortable. No one said it's comfortable.
So
I just try not to go there. I just don't.
Well, right. I think most guys do. I
Yeah.
do too.
Well, I think with my fire department training too, you see so many terrible things that you
Yeah.
just lock it away someplace and move on.
And I
it-
think that people
And you talk about that in your book a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
people that deal with loss a lot do that. They learn to cope. It's a coping mechanism, and it's not all bad, no matter what the psychologist might tell us.
Well, you're well, I was taught that it's like drops of water in a bucket, and sooner or later that bucket fills up. Well, I like to think I don't have a bucket. I have a 55-gallon
hole
drum.
in my toe
Yeah, that's
or in
right.
the
Or a small
bucket
leak.
or whatever. Small leak in the
small
toe-
leak in it.
in the
Yeah.
bucket. So yeah, I'm okay.
Well, if you didn't, you'd go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're functioning and Jan's functioning, Doug's functioning. So
Well, there's
If it
people that
works.
would doubt that too.
You notice she didn't mention my name.
You said you hadn't experienced it, so.
Well,
yeah,
I
so
think
I left you out of this one.
no. I think you're right.
All right, you guys, we got to take a break here, but we are gonna come back and we'll have a little Reno Gal Says when we do.
Hi, this is Eddie Floyd. Let me tell you about my favorite non-profit public charity, Wainema Wild Horse Sanctuary, located on the Forsyth Ranch in Hallelujah Junction area. And please go to www.wainemaranch.com. That's WYNEMA ranch.com.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.
Honey, you want to give me a hand? I'm planting that tree, remember?
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project, so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. This includes natural gas and petroleum pipelines, electric, communication cables, and water and sewer lines. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
GreatBasinHighway.com, Great Basin Highway magazine, radio show. Visit GreatBasinHighway.com and sign up for a free online subscription to our magazine.
Now she's gone like a...
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You are listening to What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson here with Ed Knoll, April Kempler, and Doug Ashby. We're all here.
Howdy, hi.
Yep, we're here and happy to be here.
I see April preparing for her segment.
Wow, look at how serious she looks.
She's very serious right now, yes.
I bet that's shopping list.
Yeah.
My Amazon wish list.
There we go. I knew it.
April, we miss the cord that you had tied to your shirt. And what goes along with it.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, it is time for Reno Gal Says, and April Kempler is our Reno Gal, and she's going to share some stuff with you. Fire away.
Yes, I am. I think I am.
I hope
so today I was thinking that, what's the story is about story, people's stories of reading. We talk about publishing, we talk about books, we talk about writing. And I thought, well, is literacy an issue in this country or anymore, or what is it with that? Do people struggle to read? Because we're about reading and we want to promote reading, but if you can't read, that's a real problem, and it's a problem for us to have that. So it is frustrating for somebody who can't read. And in fact, I was listening to some news sources about it, and it can be something that could cost a lot of money as far as health care goes, because if you can't read properly, you can't take care of the health needs properly, and this could be part of rising health issues. There's a few more things, but what I thought of is there's really nowadays, it's not 1820 back then probably 85% of the population couldn't read, and a small group could, but now it's many people, thank goodness, do know how to read. It's not a problem, but there is a small percentage, such as in parts of Africa and Asia, and truly the men outpace the women in reading, so women still do not have access.
In those countries? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes. In those countries, women are behind the men as far as reading skills go, reading proficiencies.
Gotcha.
So, in fact, there's some prejudice involved there with, with women who want to read. They're looked down upon in some cultures, if you can believe that. It's very small.
I sure can.
When they move here, though, the men stay stuck in the past and the women just leap on by them.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, in
It's
this
my
country, I would
experience.
think
If you know
that,
people born outside the country, the women just bloom and grow and love
Yeah.
the opportunities, and the men
Yeah.
tend to stay
So,
stuck
so
in the
they're being held
past.
back, really.
Hush.
So, but in this
Who's
country,
held back? Seems to me like they're lifted up here.
No, she's saying there.
Oh, in those countries. My
there,
bad.
yeah.
I
Now,
apologize.
but getting back to this, every state of this nation does have a problem with reading proficiency. I did some research on readingpartners.org, and apparently there's about 9 million low-income students from grade kindergarten to the 5th grade who cannot read well. They are not proficient in reading enough to get graduation on time. Or to hold well-paying jobs. So this is actually a problem for 9 million students in this country that do not read well enough. And so the problem is by 4th grade, rather than learning to read, they need to read to learn. And so that's sort of a problem. And so
Well, that
what
goes
happens
to
here
that goes
is
to the idea of finding something of interest for the individual so that they will want to learn to read. So
right.
whether it's
well, yeah, and I'm going to
sports
get to
or-
what we can do to help this.
Oh,
this
Yeah, and I
problem.
would say
But,
be parents
the
and
problem is that
guardians.
If you can't read well, there's problems. They can't get a good job. They can't graduate on time. Reverse that, and can't graduate on time, can't get a good paying job to support a family. They're actually 3 out of 5 prisoners, juvenile delinquents, cannot read well or read at all. That's a big statistic, and they will get reincarcerated. So there's a problem with the crime aspect of it. And so also I did touch on this, the healthcare issues, the rising costs because of not being able to read well. So there's all these reasons why reading should be put as a primary importance in the education system. So what can we do? A lot of people are, teaching kids at home right now, or I guess they're out for summer break, but they will be doing some sort of hybrid schooling in the future where they will be at home, but they will be in school. So I found this really cute website, readingeggs.com, how to teach kids to read 10 simple steps to do this. So one is to use songs and nursery rhymes. This builds phonetic awareness. I think they have misspelled that bit, or I'm not saying it right. But
maybe they need to learn to
Best
read.
how I know, all those songs are racist.
Well, isn't it interesting how
the nursery rhymes that I learned had to do with were British, and they had to do with London Bridge falling down and the plague. And so I think Jan and I had this conversation.
Yep.
That little old stories have a very dark side, but there's a lot of nice ones now.
But when I did London Bridges falling down, didn't think a thing about it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was just fun as a kid.
You can also make simple word cards at home. Like you said, engage your child in things that are interesting to them. They say print rich environments. So they want to see printed words on posters, charts, books, labels. Label everything.
We can help with that.
Yeah, you can. LeRue Press can help with teaching your child with posters. Maybe you're in the car a lot more. Play word games in the car or at home. And also you have to know the skills, of course, skills involved in teaching kids to read. There's phonemic awareness. It's the ability to hear and manipulate the different sounds in words, like cat, cat. Phonics, recognizing the connection between letters and sounds, and vocabulary, reading comprehension, and fluency. And that brings me, the fluency, actually, I don't think I did this whole list. I got through half because for time. But I did do another research on how to have accurate reading. And one of the tips is to see words in groupings of words, not just individual. That way your flow is good. So a lot of people do not read accurately. They skip over punctuation commas, periods, exclamations. They don't understand how a question mark works. So you need to learn these things so that your reading's accurate and pleasing to the person that's listening to you. So if you guys want to chime in, now's your time. So.
we were letting you go, you know?
Yeah, she's on a roll.
And I was going to say, right, these folks mostly, I would assume, don't have close parents or guardians. I mean, right? I mean, those are folks, like my son's with me every minute, right? I mean, he will, right? They're going to read. I mean, to me, it's parents and guardians.
But the problem is that that is lacking, or
right. And that's where I was going, is we're not talking about the average
the important thing.
Middle schooler.
And this is, and it did specifically say low income children.
Right. And so, you know, it's such a tough subject as far as solving it, because you can't just throw money at it. That isn't going to work.
Hasn't worked for years, right? They've been doing that for 50 years.
You know, so you have to find another way, and obviously that's a big problem, and it's probably a pretty big solution, because you can't find all sides to agree. That's the biggest problem of all. Because you should just try some things, right? Try a couple of things.
They need to find something they're passionate about, and then it takes hold.
Right.
Well, our educators for years weren't on board on how to teach reading. Remember, we got away from phonetics, from
for
phonics.
And
then we went to sight, all you have to do.
Sight
and there was a 10-year period that there were 10 years worth of lost children. So, I mean, they haven't even gotten there.
Or more. They don't know what they're doing still. Right? They're just on to another theory that they never validate or see if it works.
Yeah. Well, that highlights the importance of starting young and making it fun. You know those like little magnetic alphabet things?
Yeah.
That they can form words with the alphabet, with the magnetics.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. You have to find something, like we talked about. I think the key is the passion. If you can find that one thing that child really likes, you can get them to read.
Yeah.
But you have to find it, and you
have
to take time with it.
You have to work.
But there's only so many Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's some big brick and mortar bookstores that do have reading circles. Reading to a child is something that is very underestimated.
So here's the thing, though, April, right? I mean, I'm going to tell you, any kid at any school, if you're in a reading circle, you got a problem with reading. Every time they're put in circles or things that, that's telling the world, right? They can't have, you're
not capable.
They can't tell anyone at school they get a free lunch, but they go sit in these reading circles and people think they're less than less than them. It's demeaning, and people don't want to go participate because it makes them look like they're idiots.
Instead of having groups 1, 2, and 3, they have groups blue, red, and orange. But the kids don't. It doesn't take long for them to figure it out.
Right. GD says a lot of nursery rhymes were based on disasters. London Bridge, Ring Around the Rory.
Rosie.
Rosie.
Around the Rosie.
I was going to say, what's that? Rory. Rosie. Also, we have, as a country, considered education as elitist. So, the whole world reading was terrible. So, what can you say? Thanks, GD, for contributing that. So good topic,
We need
April.
school vouchers.
we need just to learn to read, right? Literacy, it's a good thing.
You can beat that. I think
make it fun, and
we got to go, guys. This is a hard break here, so I'm getting the high sign here. All right, we'll be back after this.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is America Matters Media Radio, heard worldwide on the web at americamatters.us and on KCKQ 1180 AM, Reno.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
President Trump is planning to issue a string of executive orders on China, bringing manufacturing back from overseas and immigration. That's according to White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows.
Starting this week, you'll see executive orders. You'll see business that actually goes forward from the Oval Office.
Meadows speaking there on Fox News. House Democrats are proposing new legislation to cut funding for ICE and Border Patrol. The new bill would also downsize detention space and get rid of family detention altogether, as well as eliminating funds for the border wall. A vote is expected on the bill later this week. Tributes coming in across the country for country music legend Charlie Daniels, who died at the age of 83. Multiple reports say the singer passed away this morning in Nashville following a stroke. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I haven't gotten a cold in 2.5 years. My wife can't argue with my track record because she's seen me not get sick. My daughter got sick over Christmas. My wife got it about 3 days after she left. I went through both of them, didn't get sick. I tell people I like to think my immune system is armored up and I'm able to repel these simple, stupid colds. And if it isn't that, then what is it? Because I'd get at least a couple colds a year. And what has changed in the last 2.5 years? The only thing I can think of is I'm taking my fruits and vegetables, the balance of nature.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com, and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code USA.
Just days after the Democratic mayor of Chicago blames President Trump for the violence in her city, 4th of July weekend was a tragic one in the city of Chicago, as we hear from USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes.
The holiday weekend was a deadly one in many U.S. cities, including in Chicago. On Saturday, on the city's west side, a 7-year-old girl was shot in the head as she was simply standing on a sidewalk. Her father, Nathan Wallace, making a plea to Chicago leaders last night.
Some have to give in Chicago, and I pray that Lori Lightfoot and the chief of police get together and put something together to stop this. I mean, at the end of the day, our future is getting hurt.
The longtime friend of late accused sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, is expected to appear in a New York federal court for a bail hearing on Friday. Maxwell was arrested late last week at her New Hampshire home. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here are some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled YOUMove.com.
The White House says they expect negotiations on the next coronavirus stimulus package to take place in the second or third week of July. Speaking with reporters, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows also says
the president's been very clear that he's supportive of another stimulus check, and yet at the same time, we want to make sure that we're addressing things in a real systemic way.
Meadows adding that liability protections should be included in this package.
Liability protection, I think, is critical for all businesses when we look at this new coronavirus and how we deal with it.
Energy companies cancel construction of an Atlantic Coast pipeline. With the details, here's USA Radio Network's Wendy King.
The energy company behind the Atlantic Coast pipeline announced their intention to cancel the project, citing the cost of it and regulatory hurdles. Duke Energy and Dominion Energy said they abandoned the proposed $8 billion pipeline, which would have carried natural gas 600 miles through West Virginia, Virginia, and North Carolina, as well as underneath the Appalachian Trail. Last month, the Supreme Court ruled 7-2 to overturn a lower court ruling that found the U.S. Forest Service did not have the authority to grant a special use permit to allow construction of the pipeline below the Appalachian Natural Scenic Trail.
And for more news, please remember you can always find us online at usaradio.com, or remember to check us out on Facebook as well at USA Radio. For USA Radio News, I'm Tim Berg.
The following is an America Matters Media production. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the station or its advertisers, although we think they should. But that's the opinion of America Matters Media.
Now she's gone like a riddle in a song, all the way to MIA, where she thinks that she belongs. Poof, now she's gone like a riddle in a song, all the way to MIA, where she thinks that she belongs.
Welcome back. This is the second hour of What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson, and all my co-hosts are here with me today. April Kempler on Facebook and Zoom, Ed Knoll, and
what's his name?
Oh, what's his name across me, Mr. Doug Ashby. I just look at him; he wants me to forget.
Yeah.
So Doug's kind of like an old sourdough, but it was like a fire. So you're like a fire dough.
A fire.
Right, that's a new terminology.
Wait
You're
a
a
minute.
fire dough.
Wait a second, I can handle this. Oh, well, thank you.
There you go. Right,
That's got to be positive, right?
Doesn't matter positive or negative. Smile and say it's okay.
That's
It
right.
is.
That's right. It doesn't matter what they say as long as they're talking about you.
It's true. It's very true. So during the breaks, we always talk a lot about current events and a lot of politics and whatever, which we don't cover a lot on What's the Story, but we touch on it a little bit. Try and keep it as neutral as we can because we know everybody's got a side and we respect that.
We, of course, don't have a side.
Of course we do. Come on. But so this is a hot topic and it's a tough topic, but I'm going to cover it anyway because I found this really interesting. And Ohio City is, this is according to Newsweek, and Ohio City is offering to accept the removed statues, including Columbus. So it's a city in northeast Ohio, and they've offered to accept the statues that have been removed. On Saturday, David Lynch, the city manager of Ohio's Newton Falls, outlined the offer in a written proclamation letter that was obtained and published by several local news outlets. And here's, to me, this is amusing. I know somebody's not going to find it amusing. I'm sorry. The letter designated Newton Falls a statuary sanctuary city.
I think it's totally hilarious. But are they going to do like Toy Story and mix them up? Like take the head off Columbus and put him on General Lee or something, right? I mean, there could be some interesting stuff
There's
with
more.
that. Yeah.
It also described intentions to provide a general amnesty to monuments commemorating U.S. leaders who have been denounced for their associations with slavery and violence rooted in racism. I, David M. Lynch, as city manager of the city of Newton, do hereby proclaim, and he goes on and on and on. And he names all the different George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson. So I don't want to be unfeeling toward the cause that is out there, because I know that the people that have this cause are sincere, many of them. And I also know that there are anarchists. Now I sound like Donald Trump. That there are anarchists and there are
That's
people
interesting.
that, well, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did. What I was saying sounded just like what he said. You know, but then there's also looters and, you know, so... But I think what I'm trying to say is, look at this. Look how ridiculous we have become, that we are now in the mindset of having to make our mayors in different cities making statements like this and having to take statues. Goodness gracious,
So
there's
to
a better
me,
way to do this.
There is. I mean, you got to just, right, whether you collaborate on changing things, right, you do not tear down establishment.
So
Well,
Steve
wait a
says he wants to know if we can send the pigeons too.
Oh, yeah. Right. I bet they have their own.
Yeah, send it
They
to a
might.
politician.
But, I mean, it's
But
just...
the point is that if this had been done lawfully, I don't think the majority of folks would object if things would be done in a lawful fashion. The way it was done is what is objectionable.
So I was really considering having a statue done of myself, right? And
You're going to put it out in front of the Reno Town Mall?
No, they wouldn't have it, right? It's like way out, like on barren land all by itself, nothing around. And there's a statue, except like 50 years from now, the world will change and they'll thrash it, paint it, and beat it up.
I want you to put that statue up at Virginia Lake.
I love it.
I'm
Touche.
just saying the energy to do those things are compliments and rewards and things that, like, people, to me, for us to judge folks 200 years ago is ridiculous.
You have to do it in the time period it was created.
Correct.
Another thing about
and somebody
that.
did suggest that they put the history on these statues so that you do know the true history that's there, as opposed to just ripping them down. And, you know, because there's a reason everybody, I mean, if, again, you know, you put your statue up of you, right? So there are good things about Ed.
Where?
And there are some not so good things in your past that you aren't today.
Totally.
And today you could do some phenomenal things and maybe be really applauded for that. But in your past, people would say, ooh, not him.
Right.
He's a bad guy.
Totally,
well, the thing,
totally get that.
By tearing down a statue, you're not negating the history.
Right.
It's still there.
Right.
I mean, you're not changing that. The whole thing
Yeah, but
is
you get to hit
ludicrous.
something and knock something down.
Yeah.
Well, I think
They
everybody
just feel
pretty
good
much
to be angry, I guess.
I think everybody pretty much knows that it got out of hand and the wrong people got involved and, you know, lots of things.
They
began
still
to
have a
happen after
word,
that.
though, and that's not right.
Well, so now back to current events. So did you guys hear about Tesla taunting the short sellers by selling short shorts? Did you hear about that?
I saw that merchandise. Yeah, little boxers, right? Or
That's
briefs
right.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're showing little red satin shorts with gold trim available for $69.42. There must be a meaning for that.
I have no idea.
Feature a Tesla logo on the front left side and have S3XY. Sexy, written across the back. The 420 is a possible reference to the share price at which Musk said he had secured funding to take the company private, leading to a lawsuit from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So I just thought it was amusing, and since, you know, Tesla, it's
It totally
local.
is, but how many women wear, like car logos, right? All the guys wear them. Right, there's
Yeah, but look at those
Mercedes.
little short shorts.
Well, I'm with you. But I mean, come on.
If
I
they
just thought
make
it was
it appealing to a woman, maybe she would wear it.
So here's what's appealing already to women. That the company's valuated more than any other
There you
company,
go.
even though they sell like 20 million less cars.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
crazy.
But anyway.
Well, those are our current events for today. Hope you enjoyed, and we're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to come back with some more stories.
Businesses, writers, check this out. Go to LRPNV.com to get your printing, publishing, and professional services today. Need a virtual office? A place to receive and forward your mail with professional address and suite number for your business? Someone to answer your telephones? Want to rent a conference room for only $15 an hour? What about that book you've been wanting to have printed? LRP Printing and Business Center can do it for you, and they have a professional assistant on site daily, Monday through Friday. Just call 775-356-1004. Need copies, business cards, invoices, books, booklets, or graphic design to help brand you or your business? Just call 775-356-1004 or go to lrpnv.com. With a great selection of new and used books, you can get your printing done and a book to entertain you in your time off. And don't forget, you could have your business sponsoring the Book Hound radio show, just like Andrew Martoni, author of Little Man on the Map, does every week. Just go to lrpnv.com. That's lrpnv.com or call 775-356-1004. They'll provide solutions for your business and writing projects.
Did you know that 4,000 years ago, the Earth's magnetic field was 5 Gauss? Over the last 165 years, scientists have measured the Earth's magnetic field and found that today it is only 0.5 Gauss, a decrease of 90%. However, your brain needs the Earth's magnetic field to restore energy to your cells. The good news is that the magnetic sleep pad can give your brain what it needs to restore energy to your cells. Order your magnetic sleep pad by calling 702-444-LUCKY. Think of the magnetic sleep pad as a powerful engine in your car. It gets you up hills faster and with less wear and tear. With the magnetic sleep pad, your brain now has the energy it needs to repair your damaged cells, make enzymes, enhance immunity, and protect you against electrosmog, all while you sleep. Get your magnetic sleep pad by calling 702-444-LUCKY. Studies have shown that the magnetic sleep pad can help improve pain, sleep, fatigue, energy, and concentration. Get a free quote for your magnetic sleep pad by calling 702-444-LUCKY. That number again is 702-444-5825.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station, the power of radio since 1967.
To join the conversation, call 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. Now back to the show.
What? Welcome back. What was that? Welcome back. This is Janice Hermson, and you're listening to What's the Story? And we have all been, we talked a little bit about current events in the last segment, and this is our story time segment. And I guess, April, you said you have something, and Doug's got something. Boy,
Sure.
you guys are on today.
Yeah.
April?
Yeah, who's going first?
You can go first. I have a little story too, but mine's just more of a kind of a lesson type of story. So if you got something better than that, we'll take it.
Mine isn't really such a story as I thought. It was just kind of funny. I saw this. I think it was Redheaded Patty. Was she a guest on our show? Somehow I subscribed to her blog.
Sounds familiar, yeah. Maybe.
And
or maybe we wanted her on.
She pointed out one of these things. It's hilarious negative reviews of 10 iconic U.S. attractions. And so apparently these are Yelp reviews of if we can't get out and travel, maybe there's places you shouldn't go to, because these are, not everyone is a fan of the most well-loved U.S. destinations. So for example, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Yes.
One reviewer said the bridge just sat there. And then another reviewer said, I'm not a fan of the color red. And then
So, April, you're digging a hole with this one. How can you tell people not to go out and see stuff? I mean, that's just un-American.
Yeah, that's like trying to unload something.
I'm serious.
American.
It is. It's our God-given right to go see every little tiny tree, every little rock, every little BS thing we want to see.
He's stretching now. He's stretching.
And I've been to the Grand. I love the Golden Gate Bridge. Whatever. Grand Canyon National Park has some. It says too big. Couldn't even swim inside the bowl of rocks. Also, I broke my ankle.
So there's a glass half empty.
There you go.
If you like rocks and lots of dirt, this is the place. You hit the jackpot.
People with no vision, so to speak.
And then the Empire State Building, that doesn't get away with anything. It's like $40, and I had to walk up 7 flights of stairs. Like, really, that's a lot.
That's cute. It's cute.
I know. There's Pike Place Market in Seattle. This one says, flying fish is hardly worth the upcharge. I can throw a fish in the air, and I guarantee you it won't taste any better or increase the value.
There you go.
So someone's going there to buy fish? I thought you just went to see them fly.
No, I think people do shop there. You could buy fresh flowers. There's like a little market. People have their crafts for sale. It's really nice. I've been there. I enjoyed it.
They got it going on now? No, it's closed now.
Of course it is.
Well, they got like a new country in the middle of their city.
There's a lot of other ones. The Liberty Bell Center. It says not in a tower, cannot be rung, and it's broken. So don't go there.
So who is this un-American individual?
These are reviews on Yelp. It's a bunch of people. I can't say specifically one person. It's a bunch of them. But it's a website called, it's just an article called Hilarious Negative Reviews of 10 Iconic U.S. Attractions.
Well, they can stay home so the rest of us can see it.
I thought I'd share it because it's kind of funny. Who hasn't been somewhere and they're just sort of disappointed, or it wasn't all that, it was made.
It wasn't what it was made out to be by whomever it was.
That's virtually everything.
Yeah.
Right? When have you ever gone?
Right. And you're
when have you ever gone and go, whoa?
Is there something wrong with me that I don't think this is so good? And you're kind of like,
yeah, what's wrong? I don't like this. And, there's a Mount Rushmore in here, but I'm going to refrain from that one.
Oh, yes. I think you need to leave that alone.
And my beloved Yosemite National Park's in here. Apparently someone thought they didn't like this one. It said, we didn't even see any bears on our visit. How lame is that? And
so what do they think? It's a zoo?
Trees, views, and too many gray rocks. I mean, what kind of... You just have to laugh. These are people with their opinions. That's all.
They just wanted to write a review. They get some sort of credit or points.
And so this is one of my challenges when you guys are about reviews.
I know, but that's different.
This is one of my challenges with reviews.
Yes.
So there's one about the White House too, but also I won't say that. So I'm done.
She's going to refrain from that stuff. I don't blame her. I would too. So what do you got for us, Doug? I know what you got.
Well, we probably could have talked about this in 2 prior segments that we had. And it's sad news. It was Charlie Daniels passed away today. And he led a good long life. He was 83 years old. And
but if you're 82 right now, that's not a good long life.
Yep.
Right? It seems
boy,
like,
isn't that the
hang
truth?
on.
Yeah. That's certainly in the eye of the beholder, isn't
right.
it? Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's when it's funny. My oldest boy just turned 50, and like I told him, I said, I like to think of you as being only 10 years away from 60. He goes, well, that's cheery, Dad. No, but Charlie Daniels, I think there's a certain age group that he's known to a lot of people, and he was just I liked his music. It was country western music, and it was great, and we hate to see him go.
We do, but we'll always remember his music, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
So
that was probably one of the shorter things I've done, huh?
I'm just shocked. I just don't even know what to say next.
Yeah, me too.
I could do more reviews of places not to go.
I'm wondering where our video is, but maybe
I was going to say, what's
is
next?
That just me?
What's next on your list? No, it's me too.
Okay, it's you too. All right, good. Well, let me tell you my little story about the concerned husband, because I did put it in my teaser, so I try to do what I tell people I'm going to do. And so you have
Don't be telling people the truth.
you do have the concerned husband who thought his wife might need a hearing aid, but he wasn't quite sure how he should approach her. And you might have heard this story before. I don't know, maybe. He called his family doctor and asked for a suggestion. The doctor told him to test it with a simple idea. Doc says, stand 40 feet away and speak as loud as you would speak to her in a normal conversation. See if she hears you, right? Okay. If not, then, 30, then 20, till you get a response. That distance will help to estimate kind of if she really needs a hearing aid. And my mom was very hard of hearing. And I actually did something like this to her once when my dad was in the hospital and we were yelling back and forth across the parking lot. And she was probably only, I don't know, 55, thereabouts. She wasn't real old, but she really couldn't hear. And I kept saying things to her. And then finally I said something that definitely required a no answer. And she's shaking her head like this, and I'm like, "Yep, she can't hear." So anyway.
So what's this husband doing?
So this
right?
husband,
Did she ask for help, or he's just volunteering up to buy her like a vacuum for her birthday?
He didn't quite know how to approach her about this. So he got closer, says, "Dear, what is there for dinner?" He still didn't get a response. So then he stood 20 feet away. He keeps getting closer, hoping for a response, doesn't respond. 10 feet away, what is there for dinner? He's getting tired of asking. She turns around and shouts, "John, this is the 5th time I'm saying chicken." So, guess who couldn't hear? The moral of the story being, the problem may not be with others, but could very well be within each of us.
Yeah, Doug and I know it's always us. We know it's always us.
I thought it was a good story. Come on. It's story time, right?
And I'm single and it's still me.
Sure. When you start every conversation with, "I'm sorry, dear."
I don't have that going on.
I thought at first maybe you got this story from spying on Paul and I. He thinks I need a hearing aid.
That's funny.
But I do. I tell him, I give him the answer. I don't think he's listening.
Ah, so maybe he's the one who's hard of hearing, huh?
I think we both are. My parents are both probably losing it. Well, I know my mom for sure.
That's funny. Well, there you go. So that's my little story time for the day.
You don't know how timely that is because I go in tomorrow for a test about that very thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, next week.
Are you nervous?
No. Oh, well, it's not like they take a gallon of blood. No. Next week I'll share with you what the results are.
Well, what do you think before you go? Give us. We'll put you on the spot.
Yeah. What do you got? I mean, what up? You sound like.
What? Oh, no.
Are you just going to see if your prescription's the same, or is there something else going on?
Well, I really don't know where to start with this, and I don't want to divulge too much.
Well, I apologize for asking.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to go this far.
No, yeah. No, it could be very traumatic, or it could be nothing.
Oh.
And I'll share next week.
Sorry. Didn't know it was that serious.
No, it is. No, it could be very
serious. No matter
serious.
what happens, I bet you get 3 tests. 3 tests.
3 tests? Yeah.
They don't do anything without 3
tests.
tests.
That's funny you should mention it because tomorrow is the 3rd test.
Yep. So they get their money and then they tell you what's wrong.
The first test that they did was a ultrasound. The second test was a blood test.
Oh.
And tomorrow is going to be an MRI.
Oh.
So
all these to see if you can hear?
Well
I feel
done.
like there's a deeper story here.
Well done. He's compartmentalizing.
There's always
a
deeper story.
I saw that. But that's okay, Doug. You can compartmentalize
that's
all
right.
day long.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all right. Coping mechanisms work.
It does.
And they're
Absolutely.
just perfect.
Absolutely.
All right. I know that Ed's got some stuff to say here, but fortunately for all of us, we're running out of time.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
So we are going to take another break. Seems like it's going fast. And we will be right back. And thanks, Adam, for all that you do.
That's our first break, right?
Hey, all you entrepreneurs out there. Whether you have a small business or work from home, LeRue Press offers a virtual office and business address for all your business needs. Located at 280 Gregg Street, Suite 10, LeRue Press is your personal assistant for friendly all-day service. Need a conference room to meet with clients? You got it. With LeRue Press, you also get phone answering service, mail forwarding, package pickup, and even help branding your business. Call LeRue Press at 849-3814 or go online to lrpnv.com.
Ready for a live game of Clue? For nearly 30 years, Funtime Theaters held private and monthly dinner murder mysteries. Each night is different, and each event includes dinner and a show. You're the detective, and your job is to figure out who did what to who and why. At the end of the night, a super sleuth and not so super sleuth are awarded prizes. This is a great event for a birthday or holiday party and team-building events for your office. Visit funtimetheater.com to make your reservations and use promo code RADIO for $5 off each admission.
I spend a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain, sleet, and mud. In '95, I helped tow your moving trailer. In '05, I helped you get out of a ditch. Yeah, I know I'm a bit rusty, and sadly in '09, it was sparks from me, your handy chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Sparks from dragging chains can start a wildfire. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
1 in 3 adults in America have pre-diabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Here's 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mom my. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Wake up, the sun below. Got another road to sow. Let the fire feel the hope swelling up from the depths of my soul.
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You are listening to What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson, and I'm your host. Sometimes.
So do you think that big boy will go to that Lynch guy up in northern Ohio? Right? He could take the old big boy statue.
On the break, I had a story pop up that says that big boy restaurants are replacing the iconic mascot with an obscure character named Dolly.
Oh, jeez. You mean
didn't they take down the iconic, the casinos in Las Vegas and some of the things here in Reno too? They've taken those down. And
Dolly was in the magazine, in their little magazine, that they did.
Dolly?
Yeah.
Oh, Dolly.
Yeah, remember Dolly? Yeah.
I
do.
Are we erasing all of this so we'll have a vanilla culture?
No, it's so we can relive that 200 years that they're tearing down. I guess we haven't had enough pain. We'll just go through it again.
They're rolling out a new sandwich, and so Dolly's it's a clucking chicken, so Dolly's gonna be the mascot.
How about the pork chicken?
I don't care if they changed the big boy. I care if they changed the blue cheese dressing, because that's what I like.
I know, it's very good. Their 1,000 isn't bad either.
I'm guessing I've seen my last day at Big Boy.
We don't even have one here, do we?
No.
It was a high school hangout, though, in Bethel, Ohio at the time.
Yeah.
It's where
Did
we
you have
all...
Mark's Big Boy, or did you
No,
have Bob's?
we had Bob's.
You had Bob's?
We had
Bob's in L.A.
Yeah, well, when I went to
Bob's.
Wisconsin,
And the
it
original
was
one
Mark's.
is down there. Have you gone there, Doug? I did. I went there.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, yeah, we lived at Big Boy. Are you kidding?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
French fries and blue cheese dressing.
Absolutely.
vanilla
No,
Cokes.
well done French fries and blue cheese dressing.
Vanilla Coke.
Oh, you guys, they
Yeah.
used to have the killer vanilla shakes, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to have car hops, too.
Well, now I'm hungry.
I know, I'm very hungry.
That was fun.
So, talking about food, this is a great segue because I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on at Art Town here in the Reno area. If you're familiar, we normally have about 500 different businesses that participate in Art Town. This year, not sure how many ended up doing this because
They got an
with all the with all the phase 2 guidelines and having to wear masks and all of that, we as a business opted to do a virtual event. There were a lot of requirements if you were going to do a an in-person event, and we decided that for our customers, for our regular customers, that we were just gonna just leave it as is and do a virtual. So we're celebrating our 20 years as a publisher, and that's part of the celebration we're having virtually. And obviously, if you want to come and visit us, you can, but not as an Art Town event. You can come and visit us as our store, but not as an Art Town event. So what can I tell you? And you got to kind of qualify.
I've so explored with my kids Art Town,
And that's
my
not their
daughter,
fault.
I
Don't get me
all that.
wrong. I'm not putting anything on Art Town. I'm just saying that it's the times.
Well, it
and
is.
I feel
I mean,
sorry
there's
for them.
nothing. There's no events.
Well, there are, and that's what I'm going to tell you about.
Nice.
I'm going to tell you about one right now. Summer Dinner Concert Series with Colin Ross. And all summer long, Wild River Grill offers live local music to its diners on their Riverside patio nightly. So if you're missing going somewhere, missing hearing the music, whether you like this music or not, I would go. Right? I mean, if you're wanting to do that, so visit their website at wildrivergrill.com, and grill is with an E, for a full schedule. They will be in compliance with any guidelines required, and they change, so you're probably going to have to be prepared for whatever that is. Admission is free. Obviously, if you're going to eat, you're going to have to pay for your food. That's not free, but that'll be fun. So the event schedule. It does
sound fun.
Yeah, the event schedule says July 12th, 6 to 9. So I'm guessing that maybe there was some delay in starting, or maybe that's because they said they're doing it all month long. So or all summer long, excuse me. So there you go. So there's a place to go. See, I found one.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to tell everybody they're not all virtual. There are a lot of events that are virtual, but there are some that they are doing in person. So let's see if we can find another one. Here's a Sweet Vibrations. I'm kind of a fan of music, right? So Sweet Vibrations Free Range Quartet. Join for an evening of a cappella music on the river. This is good. Free Range is an elite 4-part a cappella ensemble of women from Reno, Nevada. And they are going their separate ways to pursue careers. They reconnected and began to sing together as a quartet in the fall of 2018. So event details, donation of $5 is recommended. They're not making you do it, but highly recommended. July 16th, 7 to 8 p.m. at 6:30. So that's kind of cool too.
Whereabouts?
See, there's another one. Hang on. I will tell you.
It's by Virginia Lake.
No, it's going to be downtown. It's going to be downtown.
It's on the river. Music on the river.
The only place I know is the amphitheater right there.
I don't know. I'm sure it's outside, and they're singing a cappella, so they don't have to worry about any accompaniment, right? So
Well,
Don't get too close if they're singing. There's a lot of spit going when singing.
Well, it sounds to me like they probably have like a little hen, like got some chicks there around, right? I mean, with the chicken reference and free
I
range,
think
I'm
that's-
guessing they have a few chickens running
funny.
around with them.
More info, renofirstmethodist.org. So let's go there and see if we can find any more information. Not about that. So I don't know. Go online, go to Art Town. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this on the fly. So
I saw the police writing tickets now. That's kind of entertainment, right? I mean, they're pulling speeding and stuff, right? I saw them alongside the road twice this morning.
Really?
I hadn't seen them writing tickets or around and about in a long time.
You know,
well, we need some money in the city.
Well, for sure they're.
You know, with the police department, I think all of us collectively, because there are a small percentage of police that we wouldn't really pick if we had to pick them.
Well, I think
but the
that goes
vast
for every
majority of
field.
them are just good, hardworking people that want to make money for their family and go home safely. And I think that when we see a policeman, we ought to tell them, hey, we're on your side. God bless you. You're doing a great job. Because I don't think they're hearing that.
I think that's true. I actually saw something on my favorite place next door. When I always look at Dexter.
Your favorite place? There's lots of material there.
There's lots of material. Well, you get educated, right? But I did see somebody that posted, about what's going on.
Yes.
I did see someone that posted and was talking about a police officer on the side of the road. There was a lady and her son, and the cop was changing the tire.
Yeah.
And so he went out of his way to post that, which I thought was really good. And for the most part, I would say 90% of the comments, I wish I could say 100%, but 90% of the comments were very positive about that experience, and that the police should be, supported. And so I do have a couple of friends that are in law enforcement, and I did send that to them so that they could see that people really do support them, because I do think that they need to hear it. Yeah. And the one of them did actually say to me, "Thanks for sending that."
We had a house guest this prior weekend, and he's a policeman in San Luis Obispo County Sheriff, and he was on one of the lines in a riot situation, and he said these people don't have a clue what they are or what they stand for, and here they're spitting on them and they're yelling at them, all these profane things, and you think, to what end? How is that accomplishing anything where you have these two opposing sides lining up? I don't get it.
So, well, if the police aren't there, they just wreak havoc, right? I mean, the police, who would want, first of all, I commend the police, man, they're amazing, but who wants to be one?
No.
Right? Risk is too high, money's too low, right? That's going to be the challenge moving forward.
Yep.
10 years from now, we're going to go, where's our police? Where's our good police? Well, we ran them out of town.
Yeah. Well,
we did it.
LA City now has defunded school policing.
Well,
can you imagine?
You know what? Let them go all.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get you back on topic here. We're going to talk about Free Range Quartet, and if you go to Facebook, that's why I was letting you talk.
Yeah, that was a good segue.
Did you find them?
There is a Free Range Quartet on. If you just search Free Range Quartet on Facebook, you will find them. You can ask them, send them a message, find out where they're going to be. We know they're going to be on the river, but I'm not exactly sure where because it doesn't say.
We're just going to have to listen for them.
Yeah, listen for them or drive. Just drive around.
You see them? With your windows down,
yeah. Suspicious at all.
Are you there? Are you there? Four ladies' voices just waiting. Come on, I can hear you. Well, and in fairness, I want to say for Art Town that they allowed us to update our websites up to July 1st. That's never happened. So they were really on the fly. All of this stuff, I'm sure, is on the fly for them. So I commend them for getting anything out of this at all because they were up against some pretty tough challenges, I think, for getting any kind of events together. So, what can you say? It's a tough time, but check out arttown.org because there are some live events, and if you're in the Reno area, you ought to go and attend. Get out. Most of them are outdoors that are going to be live, I think. So,
Yeah, it's good
and that
for
way,
you to get out there.
Yeah, and supposedly that old virus doesn't like the outdoors. So
no, or sunshine.
If you're worried about that, I would say stay outside. Go outside. Everybody says wash your hands. I'm going to say go outside. Don't wash your hands. Go outside. I know you're just Just angry, just plain old
I got
angry.
no place to go, man. It's just so baffling
Go
to
outside.
me. It's total baffle.
It's all right.
Stop
Wash
it on
your
sun
hands, go
protection.
outside, wear a mask. Let's see, how many other things can I say? All right.
Sun protection.
Sun protection. There you go. We'll be right back. We've got one more segment, I think.
Hi, I'm Kelly Rush, CEO of America Matters Media, here to tell you about Reno Tahoe Mattress and Furniture. They have mattresses and furniture for 50 to 80% less than the big retailers. They sell all new name brand mattresses and furniture from name brand vendors and carry everything from lower end up to luxury brands. Because Reno Tahoe Mattress and Furniture is a clearance warehouse, not a direct retailer, stock is limited and they never know when the next truck will come in. They're open to the public Saturdays from noon to 4 p.m., but availability is first come, first serve. Reno Tahoe Mattress and Furniture is located at 1050 Linda Way, Suite 13 in Sparks, or call Liz for an appointment at 775-790-7521. Get 90-day no-interest, no-credit check financing with just $50 down. Mention this ad for an additional 5% off. Again, Reno Tahoe Mattress and Furniture, 775-790-7521.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an intern here anymore. We want to hire you.
You're serious?
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know. Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Now she's gone like a little.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
Welcome back.
I'm glad we didn't have any fires here.
Me too. Welcome back. This is What's the Story, and we're glad we didn't have any fires here. That's great.
Thank goodness for small wonders.
And to your story about Charlie Daniels, Steve said, I guess he will find out if the devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Must run in the family, huh, Ed? Your little quips.
Your little quips that Steve comes up with.
I guess it's how we talk.
Whoa, you guys must have been a lot of fun together.
And
we never hung out. We're different ages.
Oh, that's funny.
Not by much, though, right?
4 years. There's 3 years and 4 years in school, 3 years in real.
Really?
And GD says that to our story about the police, he says that he wrote and mailed a letter to the barracks to thank 2 officers that helped his wife and him. So that's great, GD.
That's
I
awesome.
think
That's good to hear, isn't it?
It is. It's not, and that's what I'm saying. That 90% of the people that were on that site were actually supporting the police. There were a percentage of people that were, oh, defund doesn't mean blah blah, arguing. Who wants to go there?
But it starts at a higher level when the mayor or the governor comes out, especially the mayor, before she has the facts. We fired that officer.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you think you better do a little...
It's politics. They don't have to do anything.
All day long. Yes,
Yeah.
I have to wonder if movies like RoboCop and Judge Dredd are being popular right now.
Yeah. We need Arnold.
Arnold actually did a video. I've been happening upon videos all over the place. I'm looking at one thing and another one pops up. He actually did a video about what was going on right now, and he commended how happy he was to be in America, to be able to have come here, he came with nothing. I mean, he went through his story briefly, but he looked terrible, by the way. He was all scruffy and, but from that perspective, that he was just a real guy, just standing up there saying, look, I'm an immigrant. Look at what I was able to do. Look at the, and they flash pictures on there and everything.
They always hate that because, right? Can't you be born here and do the same thing?
Well, you can. Of course you can.
I think so.
Yes.
If you get your reading skills under control.
There she goes.
Yeah, and I guarantee you he wasn't blaming everybody for his lot.
Well, that's the point, and that was really what he was saying. He said people ask him all the time, how do I get to America? How can I do what you did? Because they see the value of our country, and we need to speak up more and talk about that value and recognize that
and quit being ungrateful.
Yeah, but I think that the people who are grateful need to speak up and say, hey, wait a minute.
Yep.
Well, where are you? Are you in the same country I am? Because I have opportunity. I've been able to be an entrepreneur from the time I was 18 years old. So I don't know. I don't know too many places that you can actually just start a business because you want to, right?
Yep.
And
you can pretty much go to college if you want to.
If you want to, yes. And it's hard.
There's
hard.
Paperwork, but they pay for it.
Well, I think that it's also motivation. There's so many factors involved in all of that.
And it does go back to parents too, doesn't it?
Some. But once, we were talking about this too. Once you turn 18, it's on you.
Yep.
Right? If you're going to say you're an adult,
well, that's
now
true,
it's
but
on you.
10 years of your formative life have passed.
20 years?
Ed said 20.
Well, whatever, 18, 20. But I think that people, if you're voting 18, if you're drinking 21, right? I mean, right? When do you want to call an adult? But whenever that is, it's on them.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. You can not know how to do something, but once you're an adult and you're free from that parental influence or lack of, then it's on you to move forward and find a way to have what you want.
Well,
without trying to steal it or hurt somebody for it. Or I have no problem with civil disobedience that's peaceful. But I do have a problem with riots and breaking things and tearing things down. Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way.
You put an age on it of 18 or 20, but unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever, it started 10 years prior to that with the attitudes that you were brought up with, because I think you carry that to age 18.
You do, but you can make a choice. You're now a grown-up. And you can make a choice.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
And that's
but
all
don't
I'm
you?
saying.
I mean, if there's a kid that's been told his entire life that you can't do it, you can't make it,
yes,
that you're the wrong whatever, fill in here.
It's hard to change that.
Absolutely.
It is hard. I'm not saying that this is easy.
I'm going to say that sometimes that's the strongest motivation for achievement. When you look at people who achieve, it's people telling them they can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends on the person, the individual, but the whole concept of that poor person, fill in the blank, whatever, color, race,
Victims.
That's just victimization. And I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I just think they need to be exposed. I mean, maybe you are raised in a specific way and it forms you, but exposure through meeting people from different countries or traveling, when you can really experience things, reading and finding different worlds.
April's going to have you reading no matter what.
That's
her goal right
Come
now.
on.
That's good.
That's a little elitist, right? We're talking about poor folks reading, and you're talking about world travel.
Oh, and Steve says that you're not that fun anyway. So.
Yeah, see, I'm not. I'm really not.
Anyway, but you can read about traveling. And so,
what
was my point? I had a point. I can't remember it. But there are helpers in the world. There are people that want to help others become exposed to a different positive viewpoint and teach. You don't have to stay ignorant.
April, I think you're right on. When you talk to people that have been motivated, they say, what was the catalyst for you? What brought you to where you are today? Most of them will say in early childhood, they had somebody that they looked up to. Well, the somebody that they looked up to, a college coach or a teacher or somebody, they weren't downers, they were uppers. They were positive people.
And that is the point, that each individual has a choice from the time they're born of who they want to be.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, those influences matter, but those influences don't necessarily always come from parents. Even when you have really good parents, sometimes your better influence is that coach or that teacher.
Look at the
whatever.
rich kids that go awry. Have all of the luxuries of life.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an easy figure.
Yeah. They didn't
so one other thing, and I do have to kind of switch subjects on us because I again, my teasers. Do you write children's books? I put that out there for a reason. We are getting ready to put our audio room together, finally. That's all I can say is finally.
Hey, I've been in there.
Well, we haven't started, but within the next month or two, we'll have Rob's going to come out from LA and of Light Black Productions and help us put our audio room together. And then we will be able to start to do those audiobooks. And so if you write children's books and looking to have those put into an audiobook, we'll be able to start doing that. So
and that's wonderful. That's how you can let children hear reading.
Exactly.
And you can learn. You can learn.
She's really on this.
A good audiobook. Hey, if it wasn't for audiobooks, I wouldn't know how to pronounce anything from War and Peace.
So 5-year-old boys use books to make like ramps for their Hot Wheels, right? I mean, just saying.
Not all 5-year-old boys do that.
All right.
Just the ones you know.
Likely.
Oh my goodness. You aren't that fun.
I'm not.
Oh, well, he is on the Hot Wheels track.
He is. I know.
Well, if I was a 5-year-old girl, I would have reprimanded you on that one.
That's funny because...
And likely that's exactly where I am right now. Right? My whole life is played out just like that. You're right.
Are we talking about a downer here? What is the deal? What happened in this last week?
I don't know. He had to come back here.
Yeah. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's the subject matter.
I'm saying Reno.
It's that subject matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to un-COVID ourselves. And
I thought I was already un.
Sort of. Sort of, kind of. And next week, we'll be back. We're going to have some more fun and do some more topics. And
awesome.
That's all he could come up with?
And April, we're going to ask you to come in one of these times, even if you are masked and gloved. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Okay, because I have been given the green light if I wear a mask and gloves.
Yeah. Yeah,
it could be a possibility.
You're always welcome. You know that. And we'd love to have you in studio.
Are you afraid we're going to affect you or you're going to affect us?
I'm not. Well, it could be that way. I'm not afraid at all, but I'm just complying with
See, there's a big difference, right, man? There's a big difference right there. I'm not a complier.
That's right, a conformist.
Okay, April, you can be a complier.
Yes.
It's quite all right.
Just like Maxwell Smart, we'll get her a cone of silence.
Oh, I like it.
My own bubble.
All right, maybe I'll wear a shield. All right, we're going to see you next week. This is What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson with all my co-hosts this week, and we're glad they're all back. And we'll see you next time.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is America Matters Media Radio, heard worldwide on the web at americamatters.us and on KCKQ 1180 AM, Reno.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
The White House is defending President Trump's statement over the weekend that 99% of coronavirus cases are totally harmless. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows telling reporters,
when you look at the facts, when you look at really what we're dealing with, a lot of these cases are asymptomatic. Additionally, when we look at a population of over 325 million people and what we're looking at, those statistics would indicate about 102%. You know, when that 99% came, it came from actual numbers. And
dozens of organizations that lobby the federal government received loans under the Paycheck Protection Program, which provides funds to small businesses and nonprofits struggling due to the coronavirus pandemic. The administration released the loan data if a company received over $150,000. This is USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Don't wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and vegetables every day can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com. Again, that's balanceofnature.com. And make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code USA.
Mayors in big cities such as Seattle, Los Angeles, New York City, and Miami are now acknowledging that weeks of anti-police protests and riots may have contributed to the surging coronavirus